Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about how we can export the interactive Entra Authentication Methods report, right? So what this report is going to do is it's going to be exporting all the methods which are implemented and used by the different users. So it is not going to show the user identities where user has signed up for respective authentication method. Instead, it is going to give us the complete report of all the authentication methods that we have implemented across the Entra, right? And this is going to give us the complete visibility so that we can go ahead and take the appropriate actions, whether we should change the authentication method or whether we should have appropriate changes or configurations that we should take, right? And then it is going to also give us the complete report, right? Where which user has opted for which authentication method, right? Where we can see everything, and that is going to be very interactive report, which is pretty easy and straightforward to understand and know how, right? So this report is going to be used across the different teams to understand, and then they can make decisions. And there are many other scenarios, right? So if you wanted to strengthen the security, definitely we have to discuss those things across the organizations, and organizations would definitely decide whether they wanted to uh, maybe take or move or from migrate from existing method to the new one, and what are the things that we should do, is how we can prepare for it, how we can share our send an user communication across the organizations, how we can start the pilot program, right? And what would be the user experience as well. So all those things would come in, right? And that is why this report is going to be pretty handy and easy for us to see how people are adopting existing authentication methods that we have deployed across, and how we can go ahead and make decisions on, as well as also how we can enforce users to onboard or register for the brand new authentication methods. Because if we are bringing new changes, that means users are hesitant to adopt that change, and they are not easily grasping those changes, because they either have fear of maybe losing access, or they don't have confidence in it, whether because this is going to work for them or not. And even if we ask them, if you face any issues, any troubles, you can report out those to the respective teams, a respective group of people, but still they would not take those actions. And we have to build that confidence in the people so that people can go ahead and take the actions, instead of just waiting out for their hand holding and then do the steps, right? So we should have a right set of communication, appropriate user guides, appropriate communication to be sent out with a set of steps, and then people can understand it easily, so that they have the confidence, as well as they can go ahead and do it on their own, right? So I'm going to show you how we can export this report, and then how this interactive report is going to be helpful for us to go ahead and analyze that report and make use of that report for many different scenarios, in order to uh, see how people are adopting authentication methods, right? And then also see how we can make sure the people are interacting and they are not hesitant to take the steps, right? And we have to guide people and see how they can use it effectively, right? So let's go ahead and do that. I'll simply share my screen, and I'll show you in real time how we can install the module, right? Uh, and that module can be executed on the PowerShell 7. Definitely, that is the needed one, because PowerShell 7 comes with a lot of capabilities for MS Graph, right? So Microsoft Graph capabilities has built in with it, and all those capabilities are coming up with that, and it is also prerequisites for this commandlets or this module to work with, right? So let me share my screen so that we can start with. All right, so before that, here are certain features of this report, what this report is going to do, and what this report is going to provide us, in order to see how people have opted for the authentication methods and what it is going to contain in that whole report, right? So these are the different features of the report where it is going to see or show us view all users and their registered authentication methods, right? That's one of the area where we wanted to see how people have registered for it, right? And then how it is going to help us, right? Because us as an IT, as well as the decision maker in the organization, right? And then it is going to give us the clarity. Then privilege, filter by privileged users, passwordless capable users, then filter by users with a strong authentication methods, users with weak authentication methods, right? And then strong or weak authentication methods from the report where it is disabled, right? And MFA capable users from the report, external users, as well as hide AD sync accounts from the report as well, right? So these are the different features, and here are the certain commands that we are going to run. So this is going to installing this module where we are going to export the report. So this commandlet is the module basically, and it's going to allow us to export the report of all these features. And this report is going to be interactive report for Entra authentication methods. And then from here, we can directly download that report to the respective location. So, right. So this is just a straightforward command, invoke Entra auth report, right? So let me ignore it, and it is considered as spelling error, so it is just not. All right, so this is that command, right? First we need to run that one, so I'll simply open PowerShell. So I have opened it up here already with administrator rights, so we need to install it. So let's install it here and give it a for all the required files and permissions that it needs to install. So it is installing. Perfect. So you can see that it downloaded and installed within few seconds. It didn't take much time, and it was pretty easy and straightforward to install it. So now let's execute this command from where we can get the report. So now I'm going to give this location where I wanted to get the report, right? So C:/user/Sri, that's the folder within users folder. So for once we execute this report, what is going to happen is it's going to call out this Entra module or this module which we have installed, and then it is going to call out all those reports and respective APIs as well. And don't forget, there's one more thing where we need to install, which is Microsoft.Graph.authentication module, right? That's also important because that is the one where it is going to give us all the authentication methods and its features, right? So that it is going to provide us all those report capabilities in the report itself, right? So that's also needed, and that is prerequisites for this one, because before running this command and this invoke command, you should have that installed on the PowerShell 7. And if you have MS Graph PowerShell module installed, that's well and good, because that's also prerequisites at one point where it has some of the commandlets capable to handle this script or this commandlets to execute, right? And that is why it is going to work successfully. Otherwise, it might fail if you don't have the appropriate modules and commandlets installed, right? So let's go ahead and execute this one. So you can see that it is connected to the graph with all the required permissions. Now it is going to execute all those permissions gradually. And you can see that the pointer is still blinking here. And probably it is going to take 1 or 2 minutes, or maybe it is just executing and trying to gather all the prerequisites, verify prerequisites, and then collect all those prerequisites. And then it is going to create a report, and then it is going to download it to this respective location. Right? So let's see. It is still executing. Meantime, I'll copy this path and give that here, and we'll try to open up. Okay, seems this did not download yet. So this is probably going to take a minute or two, and then it should give us the report. Probably we have to just wait for a while till this report gets generated, and then we can go ahead and go through the report as well once we have that report ready. All right, so let's see. Not yet. Okay, I think it is just trying to figure out what are, because I have enabled different authentication methods, and also it is going to export all these reports, right? So definitely it is going to take some time, where it is going to view all the users and their registered authentication methods. All right, perfect. So here you can see that it has exported the report successfully. At the right corner, you can see generated date, time, and organization. All right, and this report is going to be showing up the complete details. So from here, you can see that the progress towards passwordless authentication, right? So how much or what's the progress that we have achieved? It says that target 100% of user passwordless capable. 3 users are capable of passwordless, and 104 users are still need passwordless capability. Right? And then you can see the total users, MFA capable users, then strong authentication method users, passwordless capable are 3 users, so in percent 2.8, and strong plus weak authentication, so there are 14 with 13.808% users, right? So now there are different filters that we can toggle in and out, right? Where hide MFA capable users, so we can simply hide it and enable or disable something like that, right? So these are the different filters. And then also we have privileged users. So these are the privileged users which we can filter out and see whether those are capable or not, right? And then which method it is applicable and is assigned or they are onboarded with. So you can see all of that here. So on the red side, that means we have not enabled, where it is marked as a cross, and where you see the right check mark with the green tick, right? So that means that method is enabled for that account, right? So this way we are going to see the different accounts. Let's say see passwordless capable. So these are the passwordless accounts. Then strong methods, we have these many accounts where it is set as a strong method for them. Then strong plus weak methods, there are 14, and weak methods we have almost 14, yeah, 10 plus. So this is how the report is going to be, and you can see that you can scroll down till the whole list, where you can see all the user accounts and their authentication method that they have set up. Let's say this account, it has set up MFA, and then it has set up these two methods. So let's look at those two methods. What are those? So it's Microsoft Authenticator app and software OTP, right? So similarly, you can see all other different methods, and whichever method is used by that respective user, that is going to show up over here. So this is a complete interactive report, right? and it's going to give us the complete clarity and visibility. And from here, we can find out that user as well. Let's say I wanted to find this user, John. All right, so here we can see that there are two users with the name of John, and they have opted for this and also for voice call with the mobile number, right? So this way we can see whether this user has set up or used appropriate authentication method, and we can enforce and we can help them, guide them, educate them to onboard the right set of uh, authentication methods, and it's not going to be the weak method in order to use for the corporate accounts, right? Here's the expand button as well to see that uh, user accounts and expand the visibility of that one as well. So it's going to expand for all the users, and we can go through the complete kind of report, right? And then we have export to CSV. So export to CSV, this is going to simply generate CSV file, and then this CSV file is going to be easy if in case we wanted to share it across the teams, people wanted to see a part of easy way, because people are habitual to see the files in Excel, or maybe they wanted to see something which is pretty standard or straightforward instead of just going through the kind of HTML, because maybe it feels like that's not good when, or they are not habitual with it simply. And yeah, so this is the overall report. And yeah, so this is pretty straight report and easy to use and easy to share as well. And I would like to call out about this report as well as building this capability. So this capability is built by Daniel Bradley, right? So also he has mentioned here website, right? And definitely this is pretty great tool, I would say, and useful as well, right? And similarly, he has built many different capabilities with the Graph PowerShell, and those are really helpful, and those are going to help a lot of IT folks and people, even those who are working into the IT field. They are new to IT and they wanted to explore more and use different things and get their hands dirty, right? So yeah, definitely this is going to help as well. So yeah, that's all for this video I wanted to show you and talk about, and hope you learned something new about this. And if you have used this before, what are your experiences, how you have used it, right? And have you taken any actions upon seeing all of this report and everything, right? So let me know those steps in the comments below, and I would like to see your experiences, thoughts, and how you have gone ahead and taken the actions, right? So yeah, that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel as well, and share this video with your friends, colleagues, and whoever needs to see and watch. And also watch other videos around Azure, Microsoft 365, FinOps, and Entra ID as well, right? So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.